America, okugenda America. Ministry egezaako okubuulirira Uganda abaagala okufuna visa obutenyigira mu mize gy'okucupula empapula nga bank statement important. This is the ministry's advice, in fact government advice to Ugandans who are applying for US visas, USA, United States of America. The Ministry of Internal Affairs advises Ugandans intending to apply for US visas to adhere to the following guidelines to ensure compliance and avoid visa restrictions. This is very key. Any Ugandan out there with the intentions of applying for a US visa and who may not want to be disorganized for one reason or the other, the following must be followed. Number one, submit authentic documents. Ensure all documents, including diplomatic notes, bank statements, national IDs, and any other document required by the US Embassy. This must be genuine documents. I am calling upon Ugandans whose intentions are to forge any of these to please think twice. First of all, there are systems in place at both the US Embassy and also in government systems. We have parameters, we have mechanisms that will enable us to, first of all, discover all these fake documents. Should any Ugandan get involved in submitting false documents in the name of bank statement, in the name of diplomatic notes, in the name of national ID, in the name of passport, you will be picked, arrested, and prosecuted in the courts of law. So ensure that you submit only genuine documents to the US Embassy. 2, follow US visa guidelines. Adhere strictly to the visa application process and requirements outlined by US authorities to avoid overstays or violations. Do not engage yourself into overstay. If you have been given a visa, please restrict yourself to the duration of the visa that has been granted to you. Once you reach US, please desist from overstay. Kindly desist from overstays. Stay within the time frame of the validity of the visa. Avoid overstaying your visas. We have got some people, they are given 2 years visa. Somebody reaches the other side and stays 3, 4, 5 years. Now that is very criminal. And if you are caught, we shall of course cooperate with the US government to have you arrested and brought back here and face the law. So ensure that you do not engage in acts of overstay and violations. Restrict yourself to the time frame of the visa. And please utilize the visa for the purpose it was given to you. We have student visas, go when you're a student. We have tourist visas, go when you're a tourist, and employment visas. So don't use student visa when you are not one. Do not engage in applying for tourist visa when you know you are going to work in US. If you are going to work, please submit the papers at the embassy here indicating so, and fulfill the conditions. Such a visa will be granted to you. Electronic verification. Utilize electronic systems for citizenship and document verification to ensure accuracy and transparency. The most important thing, the ministry urges all applicants to act lawfully and responsibly to maintain strong diplomatic and migration relations with the United States. For further details, contact the Ministry of Internal Affairs, or you can visit official government platforms. If you are not sure of any of these we have mentioned above, please contact our platforms, Ministry of Internal Affairs, or even Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Do not be tempted to even utter any fraudulent document, because there are systems in place and you'll be nabbed. Ensure that the bank statement is real and that the embassy will cross-check with the bank that issued it. 1, 2, that the passport is genuine, it is still valid at least 6 months. That 3, the names are the same on all documents. Don't change names. The names must be. You will not have any problem with getting a visa at the U.S. Embassy. We have been assured of all the cooperation by the U.S. Embassy. Once Ugandans follow this, we will have no problem with getting a visa to the promised land of U.S. Have accumulated another set of 1,500 passports collected from various embassies in Kampala, Chinese embassy, Turkish embassy, and others. Ugandans who applied for visas in these countries, some of them were even given visas, but they did not pick their passports. We have the passports, 1,500 passports. These passports, we have them. The other time I've seen some people coming to pick. We have learned that some of these passports were sent there by some tour and travel companies, which later on abandoned the job, closed the companies, and disappeared. Maybe Skypins is one of them. So we have 1,500 passports. Some of them actually have visas in them, especially Chinese visas. I have seen even one with American visa. I've seen one passport with American visa, which is still valid. It was given 2 years. Others have UK visas. Others have Turkish visas. So please pick these passports. They belong to you. Introduction of the electronic passport system in 2018, over 42,000 now. We destroyed the other time 60,000 passports collected from Chambogo. We have now accumulated other 42,000. And now this is my first call to those applicants who applied, paid, and had their passports processed, but failed to pick them for one reason or the other. They are lying in Chambogo, and we do not have space for such passports. So the owners are urged to retrieve their passports from designated centers, including Chambogo, regional offices like Mbale, Mbarara, Gulu, Jinja, Masaka, Fort Portal, Arua, Hoima, Masindi, and Lira. People applied through all these, and to collect any passport, applicants must present their national ID and a receiving slip, and the passport will be provided, be given to you. So applicants are strongly encouraged to collect their passports promptly to avoid similar issues. Then lastly, there was an incident last week. Last week, but on July 2nd, at approximately 11 p.m., a joint operation by the Uganda People's Defense Force, Moroto, and Immigration Moroto, where we apprehended 71 Eritrean nationals at a roadblock at a place known as Nadunget checkpoint. That is 10 kilometers from Moroto town. So the initial investigations revealed that these people are Eritreans. They were found aboard a Kenyan registered bus, KAV 030V, without any documentation. Following a whistleblower's tip-off about suspected human trafficking, it is suspected that these people entered the country through a panya, and when we got them, they did not have any record of entry. So they were driven to Kampala. And the law of immigration states that the way you come into the country is the way you leave. The point of entry you use is where you, the means with which you use to enter is the same means used to exit the country. These people use the panya to enter the country, and clearly they were illegal immigrants. We could not arrest them, put them in our detention, because first of all, there was no record of entry, so we did not know these people. So what we had to do, we only had to follow immigration rules, policies, and procedures by driving them back to where they entered from. And of course, in some circles, it was reported that we abandoned them in the wilderness and in the bush, where there was even no gazetted border. But that is exactly how they entered the country. So we put them there, and eventually those people found their way, I think, back to where they came from. Then lastly, people who lose national IDs and want to apply for passports may not suffer a lot. What you have to do if you're applying for a passport, just let us know of your NIN. And even if you don't have a physical copy of national ID, we shall process your passport. For as long as you know your NIN, we shall be able to process your passport without a physical national ID card. Thank you very much. Applicants applying for passports, Ugandans living and working in diaspora, they have been asking questions over and again that they find challenges in passport application. We have three types of Ugandans living abroad. The first type of Ugandans are those living in countries where we have embassies, and also we have passport centers, where we have embassy and passport center. Countries like China, UK, US, Canada, countries like UAE, countries like South Africa, like Denmark, like Turkey, those countries. We have both embassy and we also have passport center. It is very easy if you want to process a passport in such a country and you are living there. Simply go online, apply for your passport, pay for it, then schedule appointment and go to the passport center in that place, and they will process your passport without any hassle. The second category are Ugandans who are living in countries where we only have embassies, but we do not have passport centers. These are so many, actually the majority. We have embassy, but we don't have passport processing centers. This one still go online, apply for a passport, pay, and then print out your papers, take the papers to the embassy. The embassy will then ensure that your papers are transported to Kampala through courier and the passport processed and sent back to you. That's second category. The problematic one is the third one, where we have Ugandans who are living in countries with no embassy, with no Uganda embassy there, and also no passport center. Countries like, I think, Serbia and the others, so many. We don't have embassies there. We also don't have a passport center there, but we have Ugandans living there. Now, in this case, I guide Ugandans to apply online, as usual. After applying online, pay. After you have paid, print out your paperwork, include the old passport you'd want to renew, and then 2 passport photos, put in an envelope, use a courier to send those papers to Kampala. We shall have your passport processed and sent back to you. Apply, pay, print out, put in an envelope, send to Kampala. Passport office. We have a desk dedicated to that, and we normally handle those cases as quickly as possible. As soon as they land here, they are handled. Then there are those Ugandans, of course, they live in those countries. We don't have passport center, no embassy, but they would want to travel for emergency cases such as maybe burial, they have lost a relative here and there. So you don't have a passport, it is expired. What you do, you simply walk to the passport office of that country. If you are living in Serbia, where we don't have an embassy, where we don't have passport center, but your passport has expired, and yet you have a journey quickly to make back home because of an emergency, go to the passport office of the Republic of Serbia, for instance, and they report that you are Ugandan whose passport is expired and you would want to return home. And they will give you a one-way document known as emergency travel certificate. That certificate only allows you to travel back home. That is Entebbe. And it expires as soon as you leave the plane at Entebbe Airport and you leave it at immigration, Entebbe. You don't move with it out of Entebbe. As soon as you land in Entebbe, you present that document to immigration, and immigration will retain that document. And that will mark the end of that document. You don't say, let me pass Dubai, let me pass where, no. The document is strictly one way to enable the citizen to travel back home. That's how we do it internationally. Thank you very much. America, okugenda America. Ministry egezaako okubuulirira Abannayuganda abaagala okufuna visa obutenyigira mu mize gy'okucupula empapula nga bank statement, tocupula ebintu nga passport, tocupula ebintu nga diplomatic notes. Bino bye bintu ebibadde bireetera Uganda yaffe eno obuzibu ne America netuuka mu liisa ly'okukiteeka mu countries ezinaatera okubeera band okugenda mu America. Naye kati twatuula n'abakulu abo aba US Embassy ne bagamba bwe tuba twagala country yaffe Uganda ereme okubeera mu zino countries zino endala zebaawo flowing okugenda US, tugezeeko okukola ebintu bino biri bisatu. Okusookera ddala documents z'oteekayo gezaako okulaba nti ntuufu. Bank statement, land title, bwe baba kusabye land title erina okuba nga entuufu. Diplomatic note, abantu babadde bazicupula kati batulaga ne copies nyingi bwezite za diplomatic note nga bazicupula kuva ku Ministry ya Foreign Affairs nga zonna ziri si ntuufu. So ne bagamba tetuddamu kukola ekintu ng'ekyo ng'eggwanga. Integrity ya documents kintu kikulu nnyo. Ekyokubiri, tugezeeko nnyo okugoberera amateeka ga visa guidelines ezo ze batuwa bwe bakwata visa ya myaka 2 okugenda America tobeerayo emyaka 2 n'olunaku lumu tekikirizibwa teyongeramu to overstaying visa yo tugezeeko nga bwe tusobola twekuumire mu time frame ya visa zaffe ze batuwa ekyo kye kibadde ekizibu ekisinga obunene Abannayuganda babadde bava wano ne basaba visa asaba visa nti agenda ku tourism agenda kulambula atuuka eri anoonya mulimu nga yenyigira mulimu bwe bamukwata oba omenye mateeka osabye visa nti ogenda kusoma bakusanga eri oli mu supermarket otunda ovudde eno nti ogenze kufuna obujjanjabi mu America ate bakusanga eyo oli ku street okola bibyo ate nga wasaba visa ogenda kufuna obujjanjabi mu America. So tugezeeko tulabe nti reasons ensonga zino zetuteekayo tugezeeko kulaba nti tuzifollowinga tuleme okuteekayo ebiwandiiko nga bya bulimba ekyo bwe tunakikola tujja kufunako obuzibu bwonna okufuna visa egenda mu America. Waliwo n'abalala babadde befunyiridde omuze gw'okusaba visa bw'amala okuteekayo empapula ze n'asaba visa bw'afuna visa ate ne bakyusa page ya passport n'ateekako omuntu mulala n'akyusa n'amaanya n'akyusa ne details ezo babadde babikolerawo ku the Winton Road era waliwo abavubuka be bakwatakawo nga bali specialist